The dreaded letter. Geeti sat on the hard wooden bench outside Sister Maria's office, swinging her legs back and forth. The sound of typing came from behind the closed door. Click, 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 ding. She knew Sister Maria was writing another one of those letters, the ones that made her stomach churn and twist a little. Every holiday it was the same thing. Sister Maria would call Geeti to her office, ask if she had any relatives who might want her for the break. Then she'd sit at her big black typewriter and write letters to people. Geeti barely knew. The typing stopped. Geeti held her breath. Geeti, dear, please come in, Sister Maria called. Geeti pushed open the heavy wooden door. Sister Maria's office always smelled like old books and lemon soap they used to clean the floors. Sunlight came through the colorful window, making rainbow patterns on the floor. Sit down, child, Sister Maria said, pointing to the chair across from the desk. Geeti climbed into the big chair. Her feet didn't touch the floor. I've written to your grandfather, Sister Maria said gently. Colonel Rathore in Dehradun. Geeti's stomach dropped. Her grandfather? She could barely remember him, just a tall, serious man in a uniform who had come to her parents' funeral. He had stood far away from everyone else and left right after. Does he want me to come? Geeti asked in a small voice. I wrote the letter last week, dear. We haven't heard back yet. Sister Maria's voice was kind, but Geeti could see the worry in her eyes. I'm sure he'll be happy to have you visit. Geeti wasn't sure happy is how she would describe it. He had never once visited her at school. Never called. The only time she heard from him was when he sent money for her school fee, and even then it came with no note, no message. What if he says no? Geeti whispered. Sister Maria got up from her chair and came around the desk. She knelt down next to Geeti and took her hand. Then we'll find somewhere else for you to go, she said. There are nice families from the church who would love to have you stay with them. Remember the Sharmas from last Diwali break? Mrs. Sharma told me last week that you were welcome anytime. Geeti nodded, but her throat felt dry. The Sharmas were nice, but she was just a guest in their house, trying to be good and quiet so they wouldn't get tired of her. Can I see the letter? Geeti asked. Sister Maria hesitated. She stood up and gave Geeti a carbon copy from her file. Geeti looked at the big words and formal sentences. It was like reading a grown-up book. She didn't understand. St. Mary's Academy, Simla, 14th, 4th, 1987. Respected Colonel Rathore, I hope this letter finds you in good health and spirits. I'm writing to you on behalf of the staff and sisters at St. Mary's Academy. As you may be aware, our convent has been entrusted with the care of Geeti, a bright and spirited young girl who has been under our guardianship following the loss of her parents. With the holiday season approaching, we understand that this time of the year can be particularly challenging for children who have lost their families. We believe that it would be greatly beneficial for Geeti to spend this period with you, where she can find comfort and connection with her relatives. Given your close relation to Geeti, we kindly request that you consider welcoming her into your home for the duration of the holidays. We are confident that your presence and support would provide Geeti with a sense of belonging and stability during this time. We fully understand that this request may require some adjustments on your part, and we are more than willing to assist in any way we can to facilitate Geeti's transition to your home. If you require any additional information or have any concerns, please do not hesitate to contact us. Thank you for considering this request. We look forward to your positive response and appreciate your support in ensuring that Geeti has a meaningful and comfortable holiday season. Respectfully yours, Maria de Cruz, Principal, St. Mary's Academy, Simla. Geeti squinted at the grown-up words. Geeti, a bright and spirited young girl, would be greatly beneficial, sense of belonging and stability. You call me spirited? Geeti said, looking up. Because you are, even when you're worried, like now. You ask good questions and face things head on. But Sister Maria's smile looked a little forced, and Geeti wondered what she wasn't saying. Geeti handed the letter back. When will we know? Letters to Dehradun usually take about a week, maybe less. It depends on how quickly he sends his reply. A whole week of waiting and wondering. Sister Maria, Geeti asked quietly, do you think he remembers me? Sister Maria was quiet for a moment. Then she said, I think anyone who meets you would remember you, Geeti. You are quite unforgettable. But that wasn't really an answer. They both knew it. Can I go out and play now? Geeti asked. Of course, dear. But Geeti, Sister Maria caught her at the door. Whatever happens, you will have a good holiday. I promise. Instead of running to find Lalita by the water fountain like she usually would, Geeti walked slowly across the courtyard. She looked up at the mountains that surrounded their school. They looked so big and permanent, like they had been there forever and would stay forever, no matter what anyone decided about them. She wished she could be like those mountains, solid and sure, and not needing anyone to choose them. There you are, Geeti. Lalita appeared, slightly out of breath. I saw you come out of Sister Maria's office. What happened? She wrote to my grandfather about the holidays. Lalita's face fell. She knew about Colonel Rathor, how he sent money but never letters, how Geeti sometimes stared at the one photograph she had of him like she was trying to memorize a stranger's face. Well, Lalita said, taking Geeti's arm, maybe this time will be different. Maybe he'd want to see you. Maybe, Geeti said, but deep down she wasn't counting on it. As they headed towards their dormitory for evening prayers, Geeti tried not to think about the letter flying through the mail to Dehradun. Tried not to imagine her grandfather reading it with the same cold expression she remembered from the funeral. Instead, she focused on Lalita's promise to ask her parents if Geeti could visit during the next break. That felt more real than hoping her grandfather might suddenly start crying about her. Some things were worth hoping for. Others were just ways to break your heart.